It's just about 6:30 on Thursday, the 7th of March, and the weather has finally aligned for us. It's looking pretty gorgeous, but it's not just the looks. Sergio and I have been watching all kinds of apps today for precipitation, for waves, for wind, for gusts, predictions, what's going to be. Wow, well, these guys have nothing to worry about on this giant yacht over here. Check it out, holy cow. The island behind us is Palm Beach Island, so this is apropos. Meanwhile, I am here on our tiny little West Sail, and I have the same view. So it's just beautiful. I'm wearing my life jacket and I am all shackled in here. I've got a line that I'm hooked to, and Sergio ran jack lines earlier today, so you can see that I'm actually hooked to the boat and I can move this along as I need to go. That is our life raft right there. I was trained on how to release it if we need it. I don't think we're gonna need it. It's looking pretty nice, guys, but in the meantime, we're taking all the safety precautions, and I have to say that I have a little bit of butterflies. I feel a little bit nervous, but a lot excited because we've been thinking about doing this for so long. So it's a gorgeous evening, and we are watching the tides as well, and we do want to leave before 8 p.m. tonight, but it's looking like all systems go. Captain is in the cockpit and he's very occupied with checking last minute things. Just checked in with his brother, an ex-Navy pilot, so between the two of them, I know they've got it down.
This is an aviation weather product called Prognostic Chart, and it looks at what might be happening in the weather in the future. My brother and I were looking at this the night before leaving, and we saw this cold front approaching the peninsula of Florida, and you can see the crosshatch area with some potential bad weather or rain that could be happening. And from our aviation experience, we knew that chances were slight because it didn't seem to be a strong cold front, but it also wasn't passing us overhead. The cold front was lingering in the area. So we made a decision that it'd probably be better to wait overnight to see what happened with the weather and check it again in the morning at 4:30. So in case that there was bad weather, it wouldn't find us out there in the middle of the ocean at night, but rather during the day where we could actually see it coming and take appropriate action. So went to sleep that night and checked the weather next morning at 4:30. Radar was clear, and so that's when we decided to leave for West End. Yeah, that's the Margaritaville there. Pretty cool. Hey, Tam.
Hi, Serge.
What do you feel about this morning so far?
So incredible because we built some more inertia. We decided not to take off last night for Great Key Harbor, but we really were vacillating, and Sergio said if we're vacillating too much, we shouldn't go, and I totally agreed with him. So we kind of put the cards on the table. What else can we do? What are some other options? And so we decided just to, I remember watching the football game, the Super Bowl, and I think the quarterback's name was Mahone. Don't kill me if it's not right, you guys, but he won that game by just playing 1 yard at a time, little game. So instead of heading all the way to Great Harbor Key, I said, let's do like that quarterback, and let's just take a little step. What could we do a little step? And so Serge said, let's go back to West End. So that's where we're headed today. It's 12 hours or so, and at least we get to the Bahamas. So that's what we're doing, and we just saw a beautiful new moon in the sky.
And sunrise coming up.
And we're about to get the sunrise. So you asked me, that's the long of it. It feels pretty incredible, Serge. I'm very excited. And this morning was scary going out into the dark. And then this catamaran came and pulled up around us and led the way, so it didn't feel so alone. But boy, God's beautiful nature here brought tears to my eyes this morning when I saw that new moon. Wow, incredible. And I think it was Venus next to it. But so we're headed to West End. It's Friday, the 8th of March.
When we started, you can see that the black line shows about 51 miles to West End, but the red line really shows the direction we were going, because the Gulf Stream is this big, powerful current that runs from south to north right off the Florida Peninsula. And so that moves you north, at times it was 3.5 knots strong and very wide, over 20 nautical miles. So in order to spend the least amount of time in the strong part of the Gulf Stream, we just took a heading of east and accept the deviation north as shown by the yellow line here. And then somewhere after passing the core of the Gulf Stream, then we started our turn more towards West End, and our speed decreased a bit, but it was a good compromise. If you try to compensate the whole way, it would take way longer than the time it took, because it took us about 12 hours anyway, as it was. As you can see, even though the Gulf Stream was strong, the water was actually super glassy. It was like motoring through a lake, as you can see here. So it was very, very nice, very comfortable. No bad weather. This is our electric autopilot, and it did an amazing job of keeping us heading in the right direction. Once you get it all set up in the course you want, it just keeps going back and forth. And as you can see here, the heading doesn't change much at all. It stays glued to whatever it is we select. We finally arrived to West End, yay, with the sunset. And to celebrate, I asked Am to make some bow tie pasta with a bolognese sauce, cabin filled with great smells of garlic. And we had this beautiful wine, thank you Craig, to celebrate. And we enjoyed an amazing dinner at our new temporary home. Checking at Customs and Immigration was very easy the next morning. That allowed us to exchange our quarantine yellow flag for the Bahama courtesy flag, which then allowed us to then relax and have our conch salad and calique. Hope you guys enjoyed this and expect more to come.